Love. Even if you don't support it, you can't ignore it. Even if you had an army on your side, you can't destroy it. We not ready for the smoke. We looking for it. When we hit the streets, we'll be so deep the door, you can't ignore it. Even if you don't support it, we can't ignore it. Even if you had an army on your side, you can't destroy it. We not ready for the smoke. We looking for it. When we hit the streets, we'll be so deep the door, you can't ignore it. You can act like you don't know it or who see who do it. Everywhere this purple lie, you can see who true. It's all the prophets paint the picture. You can see who drew it, cause the truth is spreading faster than Me Too movement. Yeah, we touching the soul, making them whole, giving paths to the throne. Train for the battle, we travel, we out every zone. Download the information like a carbon clone. We the same with our brothers or we out alone. You know it's up like a drone. We get active, we capture action in every zone. When we pull up every block you own, get took. You can have it when we finish, till we going home. Look, we dominating, they scared and waiting. The more we teach, the more the folks awaken. All we need is our nation and their power's taken. Sit down, Satan, Judah bringing back the entire nation. Even if you don't support it, you can't ignore it. Even if you had an army on your side, you can't destroy it. We not ready for the smoke. We looking for it. When we hit the streets, we'll be so deep the door, you can't ignore it. Even if you don't support it, we can't ignore it. Even if you had an army on your side, you can't destroy it. We not ready for the smoke. We looking for it. When we hit the streets, we'll be so deep the door, you can't ignore it. You can act like you don't see and hit a pothole, acting like you got smoke, but you a god though, and I'm a god though. They be talking fly like they pop those. We in the outfield, you in the house with your mouth closed. We a super threat, we on their heels cause we truly next. What goes around comes around and we gon' double that. They need some milk, we ain't talking about that 2%. The way we working, you would think this was a superset. Yeah, the world is flipped and we gon' turn it to the upside. We carry weight and all you looking like it's plus size. From slave ships to Rosa Parks on that bus ride, they gotta pay cause they showin' they got much pride. So what you thinking, we the kind to go run and hide? We the leaders, but you following the blind guy. If you want beef, better come with more than 5 guys. 12 tribes on the rise, better even if you don't support it, you can't ignore it. Even if you had an army on your side, you can't destroy it. We not ready for the smoke. We looking for it. When we hit the streets, we'll be so deep the door, you can't ignore it. Even if you don't support it, we can't ignore it. Even if you had an army on your side, you can't destroy it. We not ready for the smoke. Nah, we looking for it. When we hit the streets, we'll be so deep the door, you can't ignore it.
The streets so deep, they only reactions to pull their cameras out. Deacons Captain 1611, we got the blammers out. Boots stomping on your car, we purple raining now. Staking through your city, no vertebrae, we just breaking ground. No apologies, you apologetics, get on my nerves. Tired of hearing shit you be talking, dog, it be for the bird. Cause ain't no stopping this, we full throttle grind for this. The mission is to gather the remnant, need a spine for this. But somebody gotta play the wicked, better you than us. We vanguards for this gospel, ain't none true as us. Blitz the whole earth in 8 days for the Passover. Eclipse and rumors of war, boys game over. You either with us or you ain't. No debating false doctrine, cause we pushing for them gates. Haters on keyboard, streaming 4K in cinema mode. Support the movement or watch us explode.
Even if you don't support it, you can't ignore it. Even if you had an army on your side, you can't destroy it. We not ready for the smoke. We looking for it. When we hit the streets, we'll be so deep the door, you can't ignore it. Even if you don't support it, we can't ignore it. Even if you had an army on your side, you can't destroy it. We not ready for the smoke. We looking for it. When we hit the streets, we'll be so deep the door, you can't ignore it.
Hey, Shalom, Israel, Most High in Christ bless. I'm also Adriel. Welcome to another edition of Mid-Morning Medicine, coming from IUIC, Virginia. All right. Who I got as my reader?
Officer St. Amos.
Officer St. Amos. All right, so Israel, if you haven't already, make sure you donate right in front of the lion. Y'all saw what we did for Passover, right? We trying to do bigger and better. Y'all saw what we did for the Lamb Blitz. All right, so y'all know what we doing with the money. We ain't living off of it. We ain't the Christian pastors. We not buying no jets. That's not us. Y'all see what we doing with the money, right? Y'all see the look on IUIC, look on YouTube, type in IUIC grand opening. See how many schools you see opening. Y'all see what we doing with the money. All right, we being faithful. Y'all being faithful giving. We're being faithful doing the work. All right, so without further ado, we'll get into it. Today's title is Young Men, Not Good to Be Alone. Young men, not good to be alone. And the lesson objective is for single brothers and or sisters. It's going to be written in the masculine tense. Like how the Bible is, that's how I'm going to teach it. But guess what? It can be applied to sisters as well, for the most part. So, lesson objective for single brothers to realize the dangers of being alone, fix what's lacking, and counsel with leadership for a wife. All right, so for sisters, obviously, ladies in waiting. That's what you need to do. All right, ladies in waiting, get with leadership, counsel with the leadership, and they'll give you off to a husband, all right, when they believe you're ready. So, young men, not good to be alone. Now, just like with our forefather Adam, we all should be familiar with the story, how Adam and Eve, right? But before the Lord gave Adam a wife, guess what? Adam had a job. Adam had a job. He had his own place. So I'm gonna touch on a little things before, a couple of scriptures before we dive into it. All right, or a couple concepts. Get me Titus 2:6. Titus 2:6. What did Paul tell Titus? What did he tell Timothy? What did Paul tell the young men that was up underneath them? All right. What did he teach them? Go ahead, get that for me.
The book of Titus, chapter 2 and verse 6. Young men, likewise, exhort to be sober-minded.
So young men. Now, when you say young, you might, like, what do you mean by that? Physically, spiritually, right? Now, we understand the age of a man is 20 years old. That's when you can go to war. That's when you get married. So anything younger than that, that'd be a youth, right? The Bible generally refers to them as a youth. Young men, you in your 20s, your 30s, your 40s, or you're new to this truth, all right? I know oftentimes we think we grown. You got kids, you got grandbabies, so you coming to the truth, I'm grown. No, Israel. Guess what? You come to the truth, you must be born again. Yeah. You're a newborn babe. Leadership tell you all the time. Thus saith the scriptures. You've been here for a year, guess what? You a 1-year-old. 5 years, you 5 years old. 10, all right? So we got to refrain and change our mindset, right? We got to refrain from what the world has taught us, that I'm grown. I can do what I want to do. I don't need counsel. I don't need to be told what to do. No, Israel. You need to be told what to do. Look at your life. You've been living your life, all right? So now we got to come back to these scriptures, be born again, and be re-taught. So guess what? This class, if you only been in truth for a year, 5, 10, 15 years, it's for you. It's for me, all right? Now, young men, not good to be alone. Meaning we're going to be talking about marriage. But before you can get married, guess what? You have to become established first, all right? Now, I did a class. It's Father, You're My Hero. Father, You Are My Hero. It's very important as men that we have fathers in this truth, of course, but we have a father figure. We have a hero, all right? Why is that? So we can walk in their footsteps. We got to better see what they did wrong, what they did right, and maneuver accordingly. And that's the beautiful thing about this right here, our history book, all right? So first step, who's your hero? You don't got one? Get you one. Well, that's an officer, captain, deacon, bishops. Look at the great men before you. Find your hero. And it could be more than one. You may like the bishop. You know, he's well-rounded, whether it's scriptures, doctrine, personality, charisma, precepts. You know, Bishop Nathaniel is like almost all-encompassing. Then you got the other bishops, the other deacons, and they may have their, what's the word I'm looking for, Saint? They may have their specialties, or they may have their that quality about them, where it's like the historian, where you may have like Deacon Ithan, right? Attributes, thank you. Or Deacon Laba, the hammer, like he destroys doctrines. He is no nonsense, right? And he have a good time, but you can't come with foolishness. And then you got the other deacons, where Deacon Abiel fixing their face, Deacon Joshua, right? Deacon Isaac. all our leadership, they have certain qualities, right? Bishop Yawasop, like getting the meat off the bone, getting all the butter on a biscuit, right? Dives deep, deals a lot with imagery in the mindset of our people. So that's one of the things we must be aware of. Like, find those qualities that you see in yourself that you can relate to, that you can be familiar with. And you're like, I like that. I want to glean from leadership. I like the way Bishop Yawasop, he always deals with the imagery and diving deep on what it means or why is that? Why is that? And what's the effect of that? So when you find a teacher or a hero that you resonate with, follow in their footsteps, right? They may, do a couple things wrong, but you want to be able to see that and like, okay, I'm going to learn from that. That's a wise man, to learn from others' mistakes, all right? So, number one, who is your hero? If you don't got one, find you one. Number two, what are the works, right? The works are reading, studying, and building yourself up, all right? And then number three is being/becoming established. And then a wife should come after that. Now, certain brothers, you may come in married, right? So this is not necessarily for you. This is for the single brothers, right? You single, you hard up, like leadership, I want a wife. And I've been alone 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. It's not good that you should be alone, all right? It is not good that you should be alone. Let's read that. Give me Genesis, and then we'll jump back. Give me Genesis chapter 2, verse 18. All right, we're going to read that. And then we're going to jump back. All right.
Genesis chapter 2, verse 18. And the Lord God said, it is not good that the man should be alone.
What did God say?
It is not good that the man should be alone.
So, brothers, is it good that you're alone? Is it good that you don't have a wife? No. No. Thus saith the Bible. It is not good that man should be alone. Read.
I will make him and help meet for him.
The Lord said He gonna make him a help meet for him. That's a wife, right? That's not a roommate. That's not three brothers living in an apartment together, living in a house. Yeah, that's my help. No. The Lord said He gonna make a help meet for him. Read.
And out of the ground the Lord God formed every beast of the field and every fowl of the air.
Read.
And brought them unto Adam to see what he would call them.
What did God do?
And brought them unto Adam to see what he would call them.
That was one of Adam's jobs, organizing and ruling the earth. Guess what? Adam had a job, brothers. He had a job. Read.
And whatsoever Adam called every living creature, that was the name thereof.
That was the name thereof. You got to understand, names mean something. Names have power. Names have purpose. That's why it's very important. You take your time. You first come in the truth. You don't have a name, right? Like, I love the story of Deacon Asaph, how he got his name. He didn't choose his name. Bishop Nathaniel gave him his name. And he said he don't like the name. Like, I didn't like it. Like, I don't. But guess what? He trusted in his leadership. They see a spirit on me. Like, you trust in the discernment and the spiritualness of your leaders. Like, okay, that's what you see. I don't see it, but you see that? Okay, I'm gonna just go with what you say. And Lord's will, in time, the Lord will bless me with the spirit to have understanding. He'll increase my understanding. He'll increase my wisdom. That's how you got to be. That's when you find your heroes. That's what that is. You don't understand, but you trust in, okay, by their track record, okay, his fruits, yep, check. Okay, I can trust him. I can follow him. He says this, I don't see it, but I'm going to trust him. Okay, I'm going to do what you said do. I'm going to follow after you. I don't understand yet, but Lord's willing, one day or in time, I'll have the understanding. So that's what Adam did. He named all the creatures. So, brothers, be very mindful of the name you give yourself, your wife, your children. Names have purpose. All right, read on.
And Adam gave names to all cattle, and to the fowl of the air, and to every beast of the field. But for Adam, there was not found an help meet for him.
There was not found what?
An help meet for him.
So what did his father do? Mind you, it's not what he did. Note that is what his father did. We're going to touch on that towards the end of class, right? That's going to be the ending segment. But note, Adam didn't go out and, you know what? I ain't got me a help me. I'm about to go make something. I'm about to go find something. No, the Lord, we're going to read that. It said, but for Adam there was not found an helpmeet for him. So what did the Lord do? Read.
And the Lord God caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adam.
So the Lord his father did what?
Caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adam.
Read.
And he slept. And he took one of his ribs and closed up the flesh instead thereof.
Uh-huh.
And the rib which the Lord God had taken from man made he a woman.
Made he a woman, meaning of man. That's what woman means, of man. Read.
And brought her unto the man.
What did the father do?
And brought her unto the man.
The father brought her unto her husband. So, brothers, sisters, guess what? You shouldn't be going out trying to find your husband, your wife. No, sister, hold fast, do ladies in waiting, and leadership will let you know. Now, if you may see somebody like, okay, leadership, I see somebody, and you may want to say something. All right, cool. Same thing, brothers. Hey, you see a sister? Hey, leadership, I seen so-and-so. She, hold fast, brother.
Come on.
That's fine. You see something that's your speed, quote unquote, your speed, which I'm not going to even get into that. We ain't got enough time. But your speed, make sure it's what the Bible say. I say that. Your speed, you basing it off worldliness. All right? So your type, your speed is based on the world. Make sure it's based on the Bible. And since you can't do that, leave that to leadership. But read that again for me.
And the rib which the Lord God had taken from man made he a woman and brought her unto the man.
So leadership should be letting y'all know, give you the approval or the green light for marriage, brothers and sisters. You shouldn't be doing it yourself. Adam didn't say, let me go up and go find me a wife. Let me go find me a meat. Because guess what? The animals, they came in pairs. Male and female. Male and female. Male. Okay, I'm going to name you. The next ones came up. I'm going to name you. That's the man and that's the male and the female. Guess what? You don't think Adam saw that he didn't have a female? You don't think he understood that? Of course he did. That's why the Lord made him a wife. But guess what? He stayed patient and waited on his father. Read verse 23.
And Adam said, this is now bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman.
Of man. Read.
Because she was taken out of man.
Of man. The Bible is self-explanatory. Read on.
Therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother.
Therefore. So if you're not off getting married or establishing yourself to be married, should you be leaving father and mother? No. Guess where you're going to be tucked at? Right at home. Now, we understand back then we had inheritances and we could give you land and, cattle and servants. So it's a little different today, right? Especially for the man. And you got to better prove a brother. Like, brother, you need to get out the house, right? Don't stay with your parents. Get counsel first and foremost. But generally, this is how it goes. You leave your parents' house, get you an apartment, get you a condo, whatever the case may be, a house. Then we got to better see if you're going to better be stable. It's been 6 months. It's been a year. He paying his bills. He got a car. He got a job. He's stable. You got to better be proven before somebody give you their daughter. So it's a little different now, right? But guess who also did that, though? Jacob. He left home and went and established himself somewhere else. All right? But I ain't going to get too much into it. Read verse 24 again.
Therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother.
A daughter should not be leaving at all. At all. I want to make that plain. The daughter should not be leaving at all. She goes from her father to her husband. Yeah. And if he died, then the son would take care of the mother. All right? So that's how that works. But read on.
And shall cleave unto his wife.
What should he do?
And shall cleave unto his wife.
Guess what? You need to cleave unto your wife. You shouldn't just constantly be running back home. No, cleave unto your wife. Two shall become one. Read.
And they shall be one flesh.
One flesh. Read on.
And they were both naked, the man and his wife, and were not ashamed.
All right. So guess what? Adam had a job. He had a place. What was the place? The garden. What was his job? Ruling the earth, naming the animals, giving them. Now, it wasn't just, okay, you're a squirrel. No, it was, you're a squirrel and this what you do. You're a whale, this what you do. You're a lion, this what you do. With a name comes purpose. right? That's what comes with the name. It means something. All right. Now, I just wanted to read that first and foremost. Drop that. We're going to go back up. So the first thing, brothers, who is your hero? If you don't have one, find one and follow in their footsteps. You need a vision. Without a vision, the people perish. Number two, what are the works? That's the reading, studying, and applying to build yourself up, right? And we have different things. We're going to touch on it, all right? But we have different programs in place. Then number three, being/becoming established. That's what Adam did. Adam was given a purpose. The breath of life was breathed into him, into his nostrils. He ruled the earth, and he had his own place, and he became established. And then the Lord gave him a wife. Yeah. So that's what you got to do, brothers. All right? So you got to first find you a hero. Do the works. Then you got to start doing the works, become established, and then after you become established, then we're looking to getting you a wife. So jump back up to Titus 2, verse 6. Read on down to verse 7. Yep, Titus chapter 2, verse 6.
Titus chapter 2 and verse 6. Young men likewise exhort to be sober-minded.
So Paul is speaking to Titus, one of the young men. Titus was sent to put a church in order. Guess what? There were older men than him physically there. And so as a young man, he needed guidance from Paul. Same thing in Timothy. So when you're reading these letters for my young brothers, right, spiritually, physically, whatever the case may be, put yourself here in the scriptures as if Paul is talking to you. And what is Paul telling us? Read.
In all things, shewing thyself a pattern of good works.
So young men, we must show ourselves a pattern of good works. A pattern. That means it's done again and again and again. It's not a one-time or one-hit wonder. No, a pattern. You're able to see something repeatedly happen. And now you can establish a pattern. This happens Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays. This happens at 8 o'clock every day. That's a pattern. You're able to track something. So you must be able to track or do continually or repeatedly what? A pattern of good works. Read.
In doctrine.
In doctrine.
Showing uncorruptness, gravity, sincerity.
Read.
Sound speech.
Sound speech. Oftentimes, what happens with young men is we're reprimanded on our speech. We don't have sound speech. So we got to be mindful of that, what we say and what we're talking about. Read. And how we say it. Don't be rude to people. Read.
That cannot be condemned, that he that is of the contrary part may be ashamed, having no evil thing to say of you.
So that's how we got to carry ourselves. So Paul is instructing us as young men how to move. And those things are the patterns of good works. Those are the good works that we read. You have to be of sound speech. You got to study. You got to pray. You got to apply. All right. So we have things like that. Like for the young men, what do we have? We have MOV. All right. Now, with that being said, right, with that being said, brothers, if you know, you know, get me the first video. I'm going to say this. Give me the first video. So it said, you must show thyself a pattern of good works. Then once you do that enough, you're going to become established. Give me that first video. Disclaimer. They will have the shirts off. Just disclaimer. So if you got kids, whatever the case may be, sister, stay in the spirit, all that good stuff. All right. IT first video. So I'm going to set it up. This show is Vikings. Now, in this particular scene, you have a young man who is training with his uncle. All right. He's training with his uncle, and he's teaching him how to fight. All right. He's teaching them how to war. Now, we have something similar to that as well. But as you can see, they're using physical swords, shields, battle axes. That's not our warfare. Our warfare is not carnal. It's spiritual. So what we have, guess what? We got MOV. We got the welcome home packet. We got the precept packet. We got the 200 sincere milk questions, right? We have different things that are in place to teach war spiritually. Now, we're going to show it in a carnal sense, though. Go ahead, play.
Don't die stupidly. Not going to die.
Pause. So that's what we tell you. At Camp 101, MOV, hey, man, stay in the spirit. Don't get caught lacking out at camp. Don't be staring at Big Booty Judy. Don't be get caught off guard by a doctrine because you don't study. So then you get out there, don't die stupidly. He's saying die, but we telling you don't get confounded. That's what you hear often. Hey, brother, don't get confounded. Don't let them apologetics. Don't let somebody in the world, don't let a woman, do not get confounded. You burning up in your lust. So we at the beach. We at the Buckrow Beach. Now you can't control yourself, right? The Orange Crush. Now you getting twerked on. You got to be very mindful that you do not get confounded. So he's saying don't die stupidly, meaning for us, it's not likely you're going to die. There's a chance, but it's not likely you're going to die. So what's to happen? You ruin your reputation. That's why we say, hey, bro, don't get confounded. Because it's going to take a lot of effort after the world has seen you look off at Big Booty Judy or get confounded. You're going to have to put some work in to build the name back up. So don't die stupidly. Play.
Yes, you are. If I choose.
So obviously we know we can confound brothers at Camp 101. Like I can probably confound a soldier or an officer, whatever the case may be. I can ask them some deep questions but that's not the purpose of Camp 101. It's to build brothers up. Now, as we always tell brothers, don't be all timid, don't be bashful, don't be afraid. Here's where you make the mistakes. That way you don't make them outside. Because you can mess up here. We want you to use the scriptures you normally don't use. We want you to be familiar with the Bible. Don't just use the same scriptures again and again. Okay, now, of course, stick to the basics, stick to the milk, but have different ways you can deal with doctrines. Have different ways you can teach the people. The same way you teach a 5-year-old shouldn't be how you teach a 10-year-old, an 18-year-old, a 30-year-old. There should be a difference. You have to have a certain level of understanding to bet, okay, how can I best give the medicine to this child, this adult, this senior citizen? How can I give them the scriptures and they will understand? Like Nehemiah 8:8 says, to better give the sense. All right, press play. Uh-oh. That's that porn. That's that porn right there. Play. Oh, now he done got slothful. Been watching porn, now he's slothful. He don't do the works he used to do. He falling off. He missing classes. He missing the Sabbath. Read. Play. Now he get more and more sins than death. Now brother fall, right? A brother fall, and now we gotta put him out for fornication, or he loses temper. Like, damn, bro, why you out the spirit? Then he end up cussing somebody out, just making a scene. Like, brother, you out of order. You can't be out of order in here. But you in your sins, whether that's porn, whether that's lust, whether that's fornication, whether that's slothfulness, whether you breaking the Sabbath, you working the new moons, whatever the case may be, your sin is leading to your death. Then play on to 119.
Always remember to finish off your opponent if you can. We're fine ones for playing dead, pretending to run away. Perhaps the Saxons are the same. But no man ever ran away with his entrails hanging down to his knees or his head cut off.
There you go. So he giving him some advice. Likewise, that's what we do. You at Camp 101, we may see you dealing with something personal. Hey, bro, this is how you want to work on. This is how you want to teach. Hey, make sure you studying this. We able to deal with you one-on-one. We able to deal with you when we send you up. That's the point. We trying to, hey, when you out on the street, yeah, this is how you talk. Hey, but when you out on the streets, this is how you want to bring it out. You want to say this, or this is what you want to do. This is how you want to bring that. This is how you want to swing your sword, right? Spiritually speaking. The Bible is called a sword, a two-edged sword. All right. So that's what happened. That's what y'all want to do. You want to make sure you come into MOV. You come to Camp 101. You studying the Welcome Home packet. You studying the sincere milk questions. You studying the basic camp precepts. You want to make sure you're doing all those things, establishing yourself. That's what you want to do. You want to be building yourself up as a young man. All right. Then as you build yourself up and you attending MOV, you attending Camp 101, guess what? 2 Timothy 2:15. As you do these things, guess what? Paul, he was talking to Timothy as well, like I said earlier. Timothy was a young man, all right? Actually, hold that. Get me I wasn't planning on it, but get me 1 Timothy 4:12. Read that for me.
1 Timothy chapter 4 and verse 12.
Uh-huh.
Let no man despise thy youth.
Thy what?
Thy youth.
Thy youth as a young man. Let no one despise your youth. Read.
But be thou an example of the believers in word, in conversation,
Read.
in charity, in spirit, in faith, in purity.
So he gave them some examples on how not to be despised. Guess what? It said, let no man despise thy youth, but be thou an example. Meaning, guess what? Timothy had to make sure he was an example to the believers, to that church he was sent to. In word, meaning he understood the scriptures. In conversations, he knew how to talk to people. He's not being a lord over the flock. And then what else? It said in charity, how he dealt with the people, right? In spirit and in faith and in purity, meaning be honest with the people and have faith. You a leader over the congregation as a young man. You need to be very mindful of these things. We have to. Then read verse 13.
Till I come, give attendance to reading.
To what?
To reading.
That's why the leadership say 4 chapters a day. 4 chapters a day at least. Read.
To exhortation. To doctrine.
To doctrine. All right. Now jump over to 2 Timothy 2:15 for me. All right. So I just wanted to read that first and foremost. Timothy was set over a congregation as well, over older men, just like Titus. And Paul had to tell him, let no man despise thy youth. But this is how you make sure that doesn't happen. You must give attendance. You must give attendance to the reading, to the spirit, to the doctrine. You must do those things. Otherwise, your youth will be despised. Why? Because your conversation will be youthful. Your lust will be youthful. Your actions will be of youth. And how can somebody respect you? We telling men to respect you, but you ain't got a car, right? And it's not, I'm not saying you have to have a car. I'm just giving an example. You don't have a car. Say you had a car. You don't have a car to get back and forth to work, right? You don't got your own place. You live with your parents, or you know what I mean? You constantly need help. Then in the midst of the body, you rude to brothers. You want us to tell men to submit to you, to follow you, but you don't got your ish in order. That doesn't make sense. So as a young man, you need to make sure that you are studying, you praying, and you applying. And then guess what? You getting your house in order. You establishing yourself. If you need a car to get back and forth to work, then make sure you have a car. I know some cities you don't need it. You got public transportation, you good. But if that's what you need, make sure you have what you need. Why? Because you need a job as well. Then you have to get back and forth between that job to take care of yourself. And then taking care of yourself, that job, now you can have your own place. That's how you establish yourself. So you need to be right spiritually and then physically in those worldly things. Then we can tell men to follow him. Now you can teach others. But if you don't have those things in place, it's going to be very hard for men to respect you when they have all those things in place, when they are studying, when they are giving diligence. But then they look at you as a leader and you're not doing those things. But then we got to tell them stay in the spirit. No, brother, you need to stay in the spirit. All right. But before I go off on that, 2 Timothy 2:15.
2 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 15. Study.
Do what?
Study.
Do what?
Study.
Study. You must study, Israel, to do what?
To show thyself approved unto God.
No, unto men.
Unto God.
Unto God. Then what that means and what that looks like is this is God's flock. This is his congregation. This is not my congregation. This is not, bishop congregation per se. It's the Lord. Like the scriptures say, like, be mindful of what you judge, for you judge not for men, but for the Lord. This is the Lord's people that we are being set over, right? And all praise to the Most High, to the Most High for putting the spirit on the bishops, the deacons, and leadership to guide us and to raise us up. Guess what, though? This is the Lord's flock. So study to show yourself approved unto him. And if you do that, he's going to put you over the body. So now you're able to teach others. Read.
A workman.
A what?
A workman.
You're the Lord's workman. Read.
That needeth not to be ashamed.
Where that shame come from? When you're not able to teach the people, when you're not able to guide the people. That's where the shame comes from. You're called a leader in noun, but not in verb, not in action. That's shameful. Read.
Rightly dividing the word of truth.
Rightly dividing the word of truth. Read.
But shun profane and vain babblings.
For what?
For they will increase unto more ungodliness.
So as a leader, you gotta better see when people are dealing vainly, when people are ungodly. You must shun it. That's what you must do. You must protect the flock. All right. So I just wanted to bring that out. That's one of the things we have to do. Like in Titus 2:6, that's a pattern. You must study daily. You must read your 4 chapters. You must study the precepts, the breakdowns. Oh, let me watch this video. Let me watch this 15 minutes with the captain. Oh, Bishop doing a Revelation series? All right, let me get ready for that. And dive into it. Commit yourself to it. Like yesterday, we was touching on a class. We was reading 2 Corinthians 9:6, right? He that soweth sparingly shall reap sparingly. As I was touching on, it's not just talking about money. It's not talking about that. If you give sparingly anything, you're going to reap sparingly. If you work out one day out of the week, you going to have the best body? No. You going to have the best health? No. You only spend an hour with your children all week. You going to have the best relationship with your children? No. Same thing with your wife. If you give the minimum, Israel, you're going to receive the minimum. That's just what it is. That's a law. That's what it is. So if you give minimum, expect to receive minimum. I know Israel, we want to, here go $2, here go $5. I want 60 million. I'm going to play the lottery. That's not how that works, Israel. Life doesn't work that way. If you want more, you're going to have to give more. That's why if you give abundantly, you sow abundantly, you're going to reap abundantly. If you study often, you shall have understanding. But if you want to study just, I read my 4 chapters once this week, then guess what? You're going to reap that. And it's going to show. You wonder, dang, why I'm not part of the MOV program? Why I ain't get promoted? Because, brother, the spirit we can see is of the Lord, promotions of the Lord. You're not giving due diligence. You're not giving attendance to reading like we read in Titus, like we read in Timothy. You're not giving attendance. You're not showing yourself a pattern of good works to establish yourself. All right? So once you do these things enough, right? MOV, you go through the MOV program. You become a what? A soldier. Right? You go from a black shirt to a purple shirt. You become a soldier. That can only happen if you show yourself a pattern of good works. You got quizzes and tests and notes, and you got to do that over a period of time. And then you pass, you graduate. That's a pattern of good works. Then you become a soldier. You become established. Give me that next video, IT. This is what happened. You know, you become established. You graduate MOV. You make rank, right? You put in the works. Let's see what happens. Play that for me. It's the second video. All right, so MOV, you done went through the process. You done graduate. Now you can go out to camp with us. Now you can go out to war with us. All right, so press play. Let me see the scene. Disclaimer too, it's graphic as y'all can see. All right, just disclaimer. Play. So that's the uncle right there. Hold on, pause. IT, are y'all playing it from my timestamp? The timestamp. It should be from 2:14 to 2:53. And then from 3:52 to 4:17. I appreciate you, IT. All right, so here we go. So this is Bjorn. He did the training with his uncle. Now he's on the battlefield. Likewise, you go through MOV, you make rank. Now you're on the battlefield with us. You at camp with us. Press play. Father! Pause. So that's his father, right? You get to see that with Officer Kanai, you know what I mean? Officer Nehemiah. You endure long enough, right? You may get to see your sons go to war with you if life lasts long enough, right? We got sons. They made, if the Lord willeth, time goes by, they can go to war with us, right? So now Bjorn, he did the training with his uncle. He's at his first battle. He with his father. Press play. We're only going to 253, IT, 253. So his uncle got towed up. All right, pause. Is that to 253? Okay. So as you seen, Bjorn, he was getting it in, right? All that training paying off. You at camp, we letting you read, or we tell you, all right, you a soldier, we might let you teach for like 10, 15 minutes. Hey, go ahead and teach. And you getting it in. All praise to the Most High. But look at his uncle. You see his uncle like he died. Guess what? Sometimes that happens. You stay in the truth long enough, you might outlast your predecessors. That's a real thing. You know, it can be sad at times, but that's the truth. So guess what? You graduate MOV, you make rank, then we put you in a couple offices, right? You're establishing yourself. Jump over to 352. So you might join security, decor, whatever the case may be, IT, AV, whatever the case may be. You graduated MOV, you showed a pattern of good works over time, you made rank, now we can trust you now. We can give work to you now. All right, play that video again, and you want to start at 352 to 417.
Blade could touch my son today.
Rewind.
He will now be known.
Pause. Start at like 347. 347. So, press play.
Since no axe, spear, or blade could touch my son today, he will now be known as Bjorn Ironside.
See, you get you a name, you get your reputation. So you done graduated MOV, we can trust you now. Hey, man, that soldier so-and-so, man, that brother sharp in the scriptures. He diligent, he always faithful. You getting a name for yourself. That's what happens when you faithful, when you give diligence to this, right? Likewise, in this video, guess what? He said no axe, spear, sword could touch him. Guess what? From now on, he's going to be known as Bjorn Ironside. That's a proudful moment, especially for, you know, like I said, for the sisters, for you women. Guess what? For you mothers, that should be a proud moment seeing your son go through the MOV, make rank, whatever the case may be. You see him growing up, establishing himself. Play on.
Since no axe, spear, or blade could touch my son today.
You got the wrong disclaimer up. Wrong disclaimer. So in the meantime, though, likewise, you brothers, he's about to establish himself. He's about to get a name for himself. You go through the MOV program, you become a soldier, you get a name for yourself. You become an officer 10, you get a name for yourself. Well, you're reliable, you're trustworthy. You're becoming established in the congregation. So remember, first you had to study. First you had to build yourself up, and now you're getting established. If that's the right thing, then press play.
He will now be known as Bjorn Ironside.
No, press play.
Bjorn Ironside.
That's his mama. All right. So guess what? For my sisters, you got sons, you got to let them grow up. You got to let them grow up. You got to let them become a man, right? And she was proud of him. That's a proudful moment. That you like my son growing up, right? I'm sure Bishop Kanai is proud of his sons. Same thing with Bishop Nathaniel. I'm sure that seeing their sons grow up. Now, of course, we say endure to the end. But in the meantime, there's some happiness. There's some contentment. Like, okay, my son's on the right path. I ain't wasting my time. I ain't wasting all his energy and resource. Like, no, my son on the right path. My daughter's on the right. You see your daughter get married, you walk her down the aisle, that's a proudful moment. To a righteous man, that's a proudful moment.
Yeah.
You're establishing yourself, all right? So that's what we're hoping to do. Guess what? All the great men we know started off as young men that had to establish themselves. For example, Joshua, David, Elisha, Christ, Paul, Timothy, Bishop Nathaniel, right? Bishop Yawasop, Bishop Kanai. We see the videos of them when they were younger men. They've been in it since the 90s. So they start off as young men, and then they had to study, and then they established themselves after a period of time. Now that's Bishop Nathaniel. Now that's Deacon Isaac. Establishing yourself. Now that's officer so-and-so. That's soldier so-and-so. You have a name for yourself. Like he said, Bjorn Ironside. You develop a name, you get rank. All right? Then once that happens, then we can give you, we should be able to give you one of our daughters, one of our sisters. All right? So we're going to jump into it as well. Like I said, I'm going to say the lesson objective again. For single brothers, sisters, to realize the dangers of being alone, fix what's lacking, and counsel leadership for a wife or for a husband. It's going to be taught in a masculine sense. All right? Read First Ezra's 4:26 for me. Get that. First
book of
Ezra
First Ezra.
4:26. It's not good to be alone, all right? Why is it not good to be alone? Well, we're going to give some examples. Read that.
The book of
Yes, sir. First Ezra's 4:26. Yep, because we're going to touch on why it's not good you should be alone. Otherwise, you can stay by yourself. Why everybody's just not single? Why have marriage? What? We're going to find out.
the book of First Esdras, chapter 4 and verse 26.
Yes, sir. And we're going to speed it up a little bit. Read.
Yea, many there be that have run out of their wits for women.
Have done what for women?
Run out of their wits for women.
Many have run out of their wits for women. And have done what? Read.
And become servants for their sakes.
Damn. You serving a woman. You become a servant to a woman. Read.
Many also have perished.
Many have died. Who don't know the stories in the hood? Most of the time the shootings happen, or why most of us in jail. Why? 9 times 10 is over a woman. Whether you was dealing with somebody else's woman or somebody was dealing with your woman. That's generally why most of our young men are in jail, or men, period. Because we grow up physically, and we're going to touch on that later, but weak spiritually, weak mentally, but physically strong, but weak mentally, right? Most of the time, we became a servant for a woman. Read.
Many also have perished, have erred, and sinned for women.
Have perished, have erred in sin, have sinned for women. That's how you die. That's how you err. That's how you perish, because you are in sin for a woman. And what does that generally look like? Fornication, pornography, back page, looking for prostitutes. That's what that look like. That's how you err for a woman. Then you wonder why you caught a disease or backdoor marriages. You don't know her from dirt. You've been proven all of 3 weeks, and then you get married. 6 months, then you get married. Even a year, if you wasn't really proven, you just waiting it out. Then you finally get what you want. Hey, it's all yours now. Like I said, you get what you got what you get. You brothers stressed out, brothers lose. Hey, don't get mad at us. We didn't tell you to marry her. You wanted her, and she wanted you. Y'all were grown. I know you grown. Kids grown. I got kids as old as you. Oh, okay, all right. That's all yours. She's your queen. That's all you. Now she a damn headache. Full-blown dragon. They all dragons. Yeah, they all dragons. But guess what? The point of the scriptures is to help tame them. And then she has a self-awareness. Okay, I know I can be the devil. Let me be mindful how I talk, how I deal with him. Let me go over the scriptures. Then you aware that she can be the damn devil. Okay, this is how I need to deal with her. This is how I need to help fix her, how I build her up. But no, it's been 3 weeks, 3 months, maybe a year. Yeah, whatever. We ready leadership. Yeah, loudmouth black woman. But that's what you get. You don't want to take the time to prove them, and that's what you got. You got the box. You know, you got your rocks off. She got her itch scratched, and then that's what you got. That's what you left with. And I'm not saying the brother's normally the white bread slicer, he the best thing. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying, generally for the brothers, if there's a process before he got rank. Ladies in waiting is a new thing. But before that, it was men of valor. It was count 1-on-1. They didn't have a process per se. Men had to be proven, though. We had to prove them. You had to earn this purple shirt. That's what. So we know you solid. We know you good. Yeah. Now, we're gonna find out really when you get married. But by yourself, you good. You reliable. We can trust him to be a soldier, an officer. He good. Then he get that woman though. Give me the next video. So why is it not good that man should be alone? We just read it. It said, yea, many have run out their wits. Many have become servants. Many have perished, have sinned, have erred for women. The box. That's what brothers go simple for the box. Play the next video. Language advisory. Play from 252 to 305. And then we're going to do 322 to 436. All right. So 2 minutes and 52 seconds. Start at actually 2 minutes and 47.
Do that by myself. And
Pause.
Yeah.
Go to 2 minutes and 42 seconds. All right, press play.
Right. And where's I was actually hanging out with these dudes. Yeah. I would never do that by myself.
Pause it.
And it was,
So what he was about to say is they riding around looking for prostitutes, right? I don't know if it's Try like 235. Yeah, try 235. See if he said that. Press play.
I'm gonna buy me some pussy tonight. I just got paid. I'm still in full uniform. Salute bitches. Right? And where's that? No, I was actually hanging out with these dudes.
Pause it. Just to set it up for you, he says early in the video, he's like 19 at the time. He's a young man, physically, mentally, spiritually. He's a young man. 19 at the time, a Marine, getting some money, got some money in his pocket. He off for a little bit. This is what he's doing with his time. Press play.
Yeah, I would never do that by myself. And it was
wouldn't.
Yeah, I was with this other Marine. We was driving around. He was looking for a prostitute.
Yeah.
Right? He was driving around. There's one. And I was pulling up. I was like, man, that's a big bitch.
Hey, so guess what? It's nighttime. You don't always know what's on them streets. This is Sodom. This is spiritually Sodom in Egypt. Right, IT. That you don't know. And not just here. When we was in Barbados, you do not know. But your lust will cause you to err, will cause you to you not thinking straight. You just so what's the word? You so consumed. You just pent up like God. You just calm down, brother. You know, single brothers be acting crazy sometimes. Calm down, brothers. Like Deke said, the pipes are clogged up. You ain't thinking straight. So you riding around looking for the box. You may not get that. Press play.
I remember that dude's name. His name was Florisma. He was from Haiti.
No, I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about
Oh, you wanted somebody else too?
He was from Houston, Texas. Right?
Oh, I know you're talking about.
Yeah, I ain't gonna bring up his name.
You talking about Eric? Man, I just want my dick sucked. That's what he's
like.
Say.
He talked to us, hey girl.
So like I said, language advisory. Language advisory. I gave that before the video started. So what did he say? He just want to get his rocks off. That's what the man looking for, prostitutes. Brothers get harder. It's been 1 year, 3. I've known brothers 12 years. And it's longer than that. Some brothers longer than that. That's a dangerous place to be in. It's not good that man should be alone. And we find out, we just showing an example. Press play.
Dating? You dating? She said, yeah, and her voice is deep. Deep as hell. Right? That validated everything I need to know. And then the dude dressed up like a woman ran behind his trash can, and my friend was like, dude, what are you doing? I said, God. He looked, this is what he did. He was running. He was like this. I said, Chris, man, that's a dude. He said, man, I just want to get sucked off.
That be brothers. That be brothers. Rewind it a few seconds. Brothers like, man, I just got to get my rocks off. Like God. That's how brothers be. Like, hey, wait. Let her get built up. She just came in 3 months ago. All right, leadership, 6 months. Brother, wait, brother. We know some things you don't know. Wait. Press play. This brother's though.
He was like this. I said, Chris, man, that's a dude. He said, man, I just want to get sucked off. Just sick, deranged look on his face like this. Dude, man, I just want to get sucked off.
He was in a rough patch.
He said, man, I got a bust. He ran out.
Well, mouth is a mouth, I guess.
Man.
He ran out right, went back behind the door. That dude wasn't gone no more than 2 minutes.
Damn.
I said, he just came out. I said, damn, you changed your mind? He said, no, that nigga suck a good dick.
Damn. Well, how was the conversation after that when y'all was driving?
Man, that shit was quiet as hell on the back.
Why is
I was
that?
driving
He about to tell you why it was quiet. Why is that?
down the road, man. I was like, man, this kind of homosexual on me.
There you go. All right, was that 305? Okay, go ahead, play.
That was shocking. I was only, what, 19, 20? I was young as hell, man.
A
You
young
do a lot of
man.
stupid things when you're young, man. I get a lot of
Pause it. You do a lot of stupid things as a young man. A lot of stupid things. And some of them, long-lasting repercussions. You got to be very mindful. As young men, we have to be very mindful of our reputation and of ourselves. All right? Anything left on it? Okay. So, give me Mark 7:21. This is what your lust will have you doing. You'll go from the 13 demons to 23 demons in Romans 1 and 27. All of us born with 13 demons, right? Bishop, he went into it. Read that for me. We're going to read Mark 7 and 21.
Mark chapter 7 and verse 21.
Uh-huh.
For from within,
Read.
out of the heart of men,
Your mind, that's the heart. Read.
proceed evil thoughts,
Evil thoughts,
adulteries,
adulteries,
fornications, murders, thefts, covetousness, wickedness, deceit, lasciviousness, an evil eye, blasphemy, pride, foolishness.
13 demons. Read.
All these evil things come from within and defile the man.
All those, we're all born with it. It comes with our flesh. It comes with this law that's in our flesh. Like Paul said in Romans, there's two laws within us that war against each other. The spirit, which is of Christ, and then our flesh. We're all born with 13. Who got to teach a baby to lie? Who got to teach a baby to steal cookies and then lie about it that they didn't? Who taught that baby to lie? No one. It's in them. It's in all of us. These 13 demons is in all of us. Then what that, I think he said he was Edomite. I don't know. What he did was multiply them demons. Give me Romans 1 to 27. We all born 13, and we all got to battle them. And that it will behoove you to examine yourself. What's that, 2 Corinthians 13 and 5? You ain't got to get it, but it will behoove all of us to examine yourself. How do these 13 demons affect me? Evil thoughts, okay. You know, we all got evil thoughts. Just correcting with the scriptures. Adulteries, like, okay, how does that look like? What does that look like for me? Fornication, what does that look like for me? You might be on some websites you ain't supposed to be on. But what leads you to those websites? Is it Instagram? Is it TikTok? You see some half-naked women, then it just escalate. Then you find yourself on some websites, right? You got to find out how does it show itself within myself? What leads me? What triggers me? You got to ask yourself, what triggers me to fall for these 13 demons? The lasciviousness, the deceit. What will make me be deceitful? Is it because I'm slothful? I don't want people to think a certain way about me. What will cause me to be deceitful? Lasciviousness. That's unmoral or immoral sexual lust. Them deviancy, right? You a deviant. That goes from you. Regular stuff just don't get it going for you no more. You in that deep, dark place. You got to watch some crazy stuff, right? All those 13 demons, you got to find out, examine yourself. What triggers this? How does these demons show themselves within me? What's the signs so I know I'm dealing with those spirits? Jump over to Romans 1 and 27. Like I said, we're going to speed it up a little bit.
Romans chapter 1 and verse 27.
And
likewise also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman.
In that video, he wanted a woman. He was seeking a woman. But in that moment of sick derangement, in that moment, I just can't take it no more. 2 years, 5 years, whatever that case may be. And the brother like, you know what? I'm going to do it. And he became a sodomite that night. If he wasn't before, he's officially a sodomite. He left the natural use of a woman and did what? Read.
Burned in their lust.
Burned in your lust. Read.
One toward another.
Men with men.
Men with what?
Men with men.
Working that which is unseemly.
Disgusting. Filth. Duty wars. Goddamn, like the police should say. Disgusting. Blood and doodle everywhere. Read.
And receiving in themselves that recompense of their error which was meet. And even as they did not like to retain God in their knowledge, God gave them over to a reprobate mind.
Then you're given over to a reprobate mind. Read on.
To do those things which are not convenient.
Now we're about to find out. Read.
Being filled with all unrighteousness.
Now you filled with all unrighteousness. Now you're about to add more demons unto yourself. Let's read those spirits. Read.
Fornication, wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy, murder, debate, deceit, malignity, whisperers, backbiters, haters of God, despiteful, proud, boasters, inventors of evil things, disobedient to parents, without understanding, covenant breakers, without natural affection, implacable, unmerciful, who knowing the judgment of God,
You knowing that is wrong. Read.
that they which commit such things are worthy of death,
Read.
not only do the same, but have pleasure in them that do them.
So you may say, oh, I don't do it. Like he said, it got real awkward, it got real quiet in that church. Man, I'm riding with a homosexual, a sodomite. But you can't be consenting to that. If they're in wrong, you gotta tell them, hey, that's wrong. It's not rainbow. No, the Lord say, man with the woman and woman with the man. Likewise, it can't be two men and men, two women and women. It can't be that way. A man with the woman, a woman with the man. A husband and wife, thus saith the Bible. Give me that real quick. 1 Corinthians 7. 1 Corinthians 7 and 1.
1 Corinthians chapter 7 and verse 1.
But you saw, Israel, you went from 13, what was that, 23 altogether? Around there. Like 23 demons. From 13 to 23 demons from one moment. From what he say, 2 minutes. He said, man, what, you change your mind? Hell no, that 23 demons now. 23 demons for one moment, for less than 2 minutes. Come on, Israel.
Boy, you are the goddamn devil.
Damn devil. Read that.
1 Corinthians chapter 7 and verse 1.
Yes, sir.
Now concerning the things whereof ye wrote unto me, it is good for a man not to touch a woman.
So if you can focus on the Lord, that's good. But the Lord already told you it's not good that man should be alone. But if you got that within you, okay. But guess what? I haven't met him yet. Bishop cannot say it all the time. He ain't met Paul yet. And Paul was burning for a woman. And all the access America give us to women, from our youth up, video vixens to websites. Come on, stop playing with yourself. Literally, Lord. I ain't even, man. Read that, Austin.
Nevertheless, to avoid fornication, let every man have his own wife.
Let every man have what?
His own wife.
His own wife. Read.
And let every woman have her own husband.
So that destroys multiple wives doctrine as well. Let every man have his own wife, and every wife have her own husband. Why? Because you're burning. To avoid fornication, do what?
Let every man have his own wife. And let every woman have her own husband.
Read.
Let the husband render unto the wife due benevolence.
Due benevolence. Read.
And likewise also the wife unto the husband.
Hey, why? You got to be fruitful and multiply. That requires some actions. A bird ain't drop my babies off. Or your babies, or anybody's babies. No. Some due benevolence did that thing. Right? So if you're burning, take the time, sisters. You must be ladies in waiting. That is the official program. Anything outside of that, you're eloping. You know, you don't expect a wedding feast. You're eloping. Anything other than that go through ladies in waiting. Brothers, go through the men of valor. Get your rank. Become established. We can trust you now with one of our sisters, our daughters. Now, yeah, that's soldier so-and-so. That's officer so. That's a good brother. You know what? Yeah, that's a good sister. She went through ladies in waiting. She passed. She graduated. That's a good program, too. I ain't going to dive into it, but it's a good program. You know, America have a lot of sisters fat, overweight. Sisters don't be studying. Thank God for putting the spirit on leadership to bring ladies in waiting. I'm going to say that. Yeah. Where you at, IT? Come on now. Your sister, she ain't ladies in waiting, ain't she?
Yeah.
Well, she ain't yours yet. Hold on. Let you know, single brothers get possessive. She ain't yours yet, right? She's still ours. That's our sister. And if she do well, you do well, then y'all be good. All right? Give me Sirach 36:25. So, guess what? Brothers, you studied, you showed a pattern of good works over time, you established yourself, you still alone, and it's not good. You clogged up, you getting crazy, you getting sick, deranged looks. We hear it all the time, brothers, sisters looking at me. Sisters looking at me. She's giving me them eyes. She giving you those eyes? Yeah, she giving me them eyes. What kind of eyes? Sex eyes? No. What kind of eyes? Sex. Like, okay. All right. You sure, brother? Every sister's doing that? Yeah, okay. All right. All right.
Got him.
Okay. So, that's that. Yeah. It's not good that man should be alone, brothers. Check your spirits. Repent. Give me Sirach 36:25. Read that.
The book of Sirach, chapter 36 and verse 25.
Where
no hedge is, there the possession is spoiled. And he that hath no wife will wander up and down mourning.
That's what we saw in that video. They didn't have a wife. They didn't have a woman. What was they doing? They riding up and down looking for prostitutes. That's what was happening. He said, and I ain't going to do this by myself. So, how I took, what he do? He took some more single people with him. Generally, anytime it's a debacle, it's a group of, single people. Generally, it's not just one, like how the sister out in New York with the whole, what'd you say? What's the word when you pass a seed unto Molech? Man, what's the word? Abortion or miscarriage, right? Well, I ain't the only one, and then you find out it was a whole slew of sisters. No, you good, IT. You can take that down. I appreciate you. But you find out, generally, spirits, guess what? The scripture says spirits dwell with their kind, all right? Everybody going to seek their own. So that sister a whore, guess who her friend's going to be? Yeah. That brother a whoremonger, guess who his circle going to be? Whoremongers. And yet they all cool with it. They all know about it. Hey, who you tell? Well, I confessed it to so-and-so. Tell who? To so-and-so. And what happened? Or nothing. Yeah, that's because he with it too. He with it too. She with it too. Hey, girl, I was talking to my baby daddy. And you talking to your baby? Yeah. Oh, well, I know how that go. Yeah, I bet you do. All beasts consort of with their like. You know who you're not going to tell. I'm not going to say that to so-and-so. Why? Because they're going to check you on it. We got to be very mindful, Israel. So that video, a lot was told or encompassed. A lot. If you saw it with a spiritual eye. Jump over to 1 Corinthians 7 and 9. It's a part I missed. I want to read that too. So, single brothers, we know y'all are walking up and down mourning. We know. That's why the leadership came up with the Ladies in Waiting program. Because we have some real solid brothers. In the moments of weaknesses, they get themselves a doggone 3-headed, blue eyes, white dragon. She just out off the chain. They all dragons. That's just what it is. Just like we all working on ourselves. That's just what it is. But then you got to better, can you tame that dragon? That's the whole point of the process of proving. We all got faults, like Deacon Malachi said. You just need to be able to ask yourself, can I deal with her issues? And for the sisters, can I deal with his issues? And, you need leadership for that. That's what you need. Read that for me, though.
1 Corinthians chapter 7 and verse 9.
So it said, let every man have his own wife and every woman have her own husband. Why is that? Read.
But if they cannot contain.
Because it said it's good if you alone, because you focus on the Lord's work. It's a good thing. Like, okay, brother, you focus. And when you come in this truth, you should not be looking at the sisters right off the bat. You in here 3 months, keep your eyes off the sister side. Sisters, you in here 3 months, keep your eyes up. You know what I mean? Focus. That should not be you trying to get your itch scratched. No, focus on the scriptures. That should be your main thing. Focus on how you can serve the Lord. And then in due time, read from the top.
But if they cannot contain.
In due time, if you can't contain, you've been established. You went through the Ladies in Waiting. Brother went through MOV program. If you can't contain anymore, read.
Let them marry.
Let them do what?
Let them marry.
Let them marry. Read.
For it is better to marry than to burn.
There you go. So we understand y'all burning. We get you. I was single once upon a time. He was single once upon a time, right? We get it. Brother, you still single, but it's going to be all right. It's going to be all right. We working on it. Like you said, she and the Ladies in Waiting. You done established yourself. Went through the program. You got you a good name. Do we all got issues? Yeah, we all got issues, but we're working through them. We're working to that perfect measure of Christ. We all building to that, all right? So those are some things you got to be very mindful of. Give me that next one. It says, for it's better to marry than to burn. Now, of course, it's talking about the lake of fire, right? And then on top of that, it's talking about burning in the flesh, that passion, that fiery, you know how you see the commercials. You full of fire and passion. Moabs tell you yang energy and all that stuff, right? But guess what? You're going to burn spiritually, too, if you end up just circumventing. Whether you end up catching an STD or you get thrown in a lake of fire. Play that short for me. So, before you play it, look at the sister, all right? Look at her. She's not an ugly sister, right? She's not an ugly sister. She got some makeup on. She got her eyebrows done. She's showing you just enough breasts to advertise to you that, to play on your physical desires. All right, press play. You good, IT? All So like I said, you look at her, she's not an ugly sister, all right? You looking at her, she's not ugly. She ugly, Saint? She ain't an ugly sister. So go ahead, press play, IT.
I'm HIV positive, right? And this is just
Bam,
a PSA
pause.
to the
Right off the bat, I'm what she say, HIV positive. So right off the bat, so if she ain't open her mouth, you would not know unless she told you. You would think that's a pretty sister. But play on.
I'm HIV positive, right? And this is just a PSA to those that are not HIV positive.
Oh, public service
Disclosure
announcement.
is my choice. When I disclose and how I disclose and who I disclose to is up to me.
Okay, so right off the bat, what? Now it is illegal. There is laws in America where they can't just be just having sex. Like you have to disclose before you. It's murder. It's murder, right? So, but she's telling you, I don't care what that law got to say. Rewind it. Play it from the top. Right.
To those that are not HIV positive, right? And this is just right? And this is just a PSA to those that are not HIV positive. Disclosure is my choice. When I disclose and how I disclose and who I disclose to is up to me. I find it so crazy how people are telling me that I need to disclose before I go on a date, that I need to disclose before I kiss somebody. This is the craziest one. Before I even tell them my name. It's not happening. I don't think that it's my responsibility to tell someone that I'm HIV positive if they are treating me as if I'm not. Your health is your responsibility. Adopt the mindset of medical practitioners. Assume that everyone.
Pause it. Brothers, be very mindful. It's a dangerous world out here. Be very mindful. Be very. She telling you she's saying in so many words, I'm not going to say anything. If she feeling you, you will not know she's HIV positive until after the fact. IT, what's going on? Stick with me, IT. Stick with me. I know some of y'all getting cut back there. Hey, stay in the spirit. Stay in the spirit, my brothers. So, guess what? You got to be prove a friend is what the scriptures say. Prove a friend. And you should go to leadership for counsel. Somebody can vouch for the sister. I guarantee you, if she feeling them, they will not know until afterwards. Because she's not going to do anything to mess up her chance. 9 times out of 10, I'll say that. She's not going to do anything to mess up her chances with somebody she attracted to or she likes by telling them she has HIV. But play on. Let's finish it out.
Everyone has something until they prove to you that they
Rewind
do
it a
not.
few seconds.
Why are you your responsibility? Adopt the mindset of medical practitioners. Assume that everyone has something until they prove to you that they do not. Why are you kissing a stranger or trying to kiss a stranger that you just met?
Hold on, pause. Why are you marrying somebody you just started proving a week ago, 3 weeks ago, 3 months ago, 6 months ago? Why are you marrying them? Why? And then y'all ain't changed papers. Y'all ain't had enough time to prove each other. Why? Then guess what? It don't work out. Then she got something, you got something, or you just got hatred, just demons on them. You find out she not really in the truth like that. He ain't really in the truth like that. You find out, I don't know, all manner of things that you don't like about each other because you didn't prove. Like she said, why? It's your fault. Why are you kissing somebody you don't know, which you shouldn't be doing? Why are you having sex with somebody you don't know? You shouldn't be doing that. We're going to read that in Hebrews 13:4, but play the rest of that.
Or trying to kiss a stranger that you just met. Why are you trying to have intercourse with someone raw that you just met? You don't know me from a hole in a wall. Why are you trying to put your thing inside of me without any kind of protection?
And with the
Why do I have to?
And AKA, and I'm not telling you. Brothers, keep the laws of God. That's all I can tell you. And I'm telling myself this. I'm married, but you guess what? You have to stay in the spirit. God forbid I get the devil on me and go commit adultery and then this happen. But guess what? We're going to read the scripture. I know the scripture. I have the understanding. You know and you understand. And then you say, you know what? To hell with God's laws. I'm going to do what the hell I want to do. You get so pent up. You get so full of fire and just, Hey, man, that's a man. Bro, Israel, stay in the spirit. Stay in the spirit. Play on. Finish that. rewind it a few seconds and play on. Man.
Without any kind of protection. Why do I have to be the one to say, hey, chill out, I'm HIV positive? I'm HIV positive.
All right, you drop her. Man, why should she have to tell you she's HIV positive when she see you're trying to have sex with her? Why? Because the law says so. But Jake don't like keeping laws, Israel. We know that. We be fighting against these laws in here, let alone somebody out there. You think she gonna keep the laws? Man, wow. Like I said, she wasn't an ugly sister either. She wasn't an ugly sister. She had her makeup on, her hair done. Like her hair was fake. I don't know. But nevertheless, she attracts some of y'all brothers. Some of y'all brothers, you be out the spirit, and then next you know, like she said, you tonguing, kissing, doing all manner of stuff. And why should she tell you she HIV positive?
Got him!
Read that scripture. Man, read that.
The book of Hebrews, chapter 13 and verse 4.
Uh-huh.
Marriage is honorable.
What's honorable?
Marriage is honorable in all.
Marriage is honorable. Marriage is honorable. Marriage is honorable. You know, when you get, and I'm not talking just Exodus 22:16. No, Israel. You bang, and then you know what? I'm about to just, no. The marriage is honorable. In this point, you have time to prove a friend. If you do it the way leadership wants you to do it, you'll better find, we brothers and sisters, but we don't really mash like that. We better off with just brothers and a sister. You my sister, you my brother. And let's leave it there. Because marriage-wise, this ain't going to work. You can prove that. You can prove that with time. But you just go up and get married. No, that's not what he's talking about. Read on.
And the bed undefiled.
And guess what? If it's not breaking the Levitical laws, the marital sex laws, you good. The bed is undefiled. Do what you want to do. Read.
But whoremongers.
But those seeking, that you riding late at night, you cruising late at night, looking for some prostitutes. There go one. You doing that, or you in a club, you want to have a one-night stand with her. She drinking, smoking, whatever. You see her, what's up? You handsome, or if you ain't handsome, the devil just, using her. And then, what's up? And then y'all go back to her place or your place. Why should I she said, if he kissing me, if he trying to have sex with me, why should I tell him I'm HIV positive? Man, wow. Read.
And adulterers.
The whoremongers and adulterers, read.
God will judge.
God will judge. He might hit you with that. He might hit you with that. Man, if that don't put fear inside you, man. Oh, Lord have mercy. Man, single brothers, control yourself. Married men, married brothers, control ourselves. Likewise, sisters, we ain't play a brother, but guess what? Bishop tell you the story. Brother in the gym, handsome looking brother, muscled up, dressed well and all that. HIV positive, AIDS positive, taking on. Hey, man, why that brother taking all these medicines? Then you see he got something. It ain't just sisters. And will he tell you? Who knows? Will your baby daddy tell you that you've been hitting this hole, that hole, that hole, and then you finally hit him up because you've been lonely in the truth about a year and 6 months, or you feeling that you burning? He gonna tell you that? No, not likely. And then he caught something from her, but he about to come and scratch that itch for you though. That's what I said. The class is taught in the masculine sense, like the Bible is, but it has its nuggets for you sisters as well. All right, so be very mindful of that, Israel. Be very mindful. You want to get married? Guess what? Do it the right way. And can sisters choose their husband? Hell no. IT, where you at, man? Can sisters choose their husband, soldier? Can a sister pick you?
Oh, hell no.
Now he's stumbling. Yeah, sure. Give me give me Numbers 1 and 18. So, who established houses? It is the man. The man established the house. All right, we're going to run through it. We got a few more scriptures. All right, got a few more scriptures. So, who established marriage or a house? It is the man. Give me Numbers 1 and 18.
Numbers chapter 1 and verse 18.
Uh-huh.
And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month.
Read.
And they declared their pedigrees.
Their what?
Their pedigrees.
Your bloodline.
After their families.
After your families.
By the house of their fathers.
No, mama.
Their fathers.
Big mama.
Their fathers.
Read.
according to the number of the names from 20 years old and upward by their polls.
AKA not 18, not 19, not 17 and a half, 20 years old and upward. I touched on this in my last class, History in the AM, for war, right? Guess what? There's a requirement, an age requirement. We're not just letting kids get married. No, you 17, you 18 years old. Can you drink? No. So why are you talking about getting married?
The hell is this?
We have to take our time, Israel. We have to come back to our heritage. We got to. So a man established a house, not a woman. Play that next short for me. Sisters be forgetting this at times, though. Or, she throw the box at you. Lord. But go ahead. Play that short for me, IT. So marriage is established by the men. Press play.
Exactly. I keep telling women, you only pick the men that you open your legs to. You do not pick the man that goes down on one knee. You don't. So you can make your choices and be free-willed and live up your best city girl life all you want, yeah? But at the end of it, you're not the one that's going to choose whether you're worth to be married or not. So I suggest you actually listen to men when they say what they want to marry. Exactly.
All right. So, like she said, sisters, yeah, you can open your legs to Tom, Dick, and Harry, but is Tom, Dick, and Harry going to marry you? Not likely. You can't make nobody marry you. That's why it's a proverb damn near in our community that you of Jacob has some kids. Jacob has some kids, be together 10 years, and then get married. Maybe 15 years down the line, and then get married. That's common. I heard a Edomite comedian joking about it. He said, and he wanted to say that he's black, like I'm in the culture, because I've been with my woman for X amount of years. We got kids, then I married her. I did it like the black people did it. But it's a joke, though. That's what's being said about us. We're an astonishment. We're a proverb. We're bywords to these heathens, to these nations. Why? Because we don't keep the laws of God. We got to come back to keeping the laws. All right, get me 1 Timothy 5:1. All right. Actually, jump over to Sirach 3:8 first. So we established that the man is the one that establishes a house, that establishes marriage, not you sisters. But is it just any man? Can brothers just pick wives? No. They got to go through who? Leadership. Give me Sirach 3:8 and read down to verse 9.
The book of Sirach, chapter 3 and verse 8.
Come on. Everything got to be done decently in order, Israel. We got to come back to our heritage. Read.
Honor thy father and mother.
Honor them. And how do you do that? Read.
Both in word
and
deed.
And deed. So you listen to them and you actually follow through what they said. You don't just say, and yeah, I do what I want to do. Leadership say wait, you should wait. They give that sister 3 more months. Give that brother 6 more months. What should you do? In word, yes, leadership. And then you go behind their back, man, let's go to the courthouse. In word and in what?
And deed.
And deed. Read.
That a blessing may come upon thee.
That a blessing may come upon you. Read.
From them.
From them. That's who bless you. The parent, the father, the mother. That's who bless your house. Read on.
For the blessing of the father establishes the houses of children.
For the blessing will establish the house. The blessing. But what? Read.
But the curse of the mother rooteth out foundations.
If mama ain't rooting for you, and normally mama, like people say, woman is a weaker vessel. Daddy be mad at you. You can generally go to mama and she gonna give you some comfort. Oh, it's okay, baby. It's all right. Give your daddy some time. He gonna let him cool down. Mama gonna root for you. She gonna be in your corner. But if mama's not rooting for you, it said mama gonna root out what?
Rooteth out foundations.
Rooteth out foundations. So guess what, Israel? If you're not going by the leader, give me 1 Timothy 5:1. Let me connect the dots. Just in case you may say, what they got to do with this? Well, guess what? Let's see what the Bible say. Read that.
1 Timothy.
Who's the parents? Who's the spiritual parents in this truth? Read.
1 Timothy chapter 5 and verse 1.
Uh-huh.
Rebuke not an elder.
Rebuke not an elder.
But entreat him as a father.
As a what?
As a father.
As a father. And what about the sisters? Read.
And the younger men as brethren.
Uh-huh.
The elder women.
The sisters.
As mothers.
Read.
The younger as sisters with all purity.
With all purity. So guess what? It said the elders as fathers and the elder women as mothers. So who's our spiritual fathers? The leadership. Who's your spiritual mothers? The leadership wives. We must get back to our heritage, Israel. You don't know better for yourself. I know. That's why I said in the beginning, we all think we grown. Yeah, okay. Well, guess what? They thought they was grown too. You gonna think you grown and mess around and be with that woman that got HIV, or that brother with HIV, with AIDS, gonorrhea, chlamydia, whatever the case may be. We must listen to leadership. Take the time. Take the time and counsel. That's what we got to do, because it's our fathers that give us away in marriage. Abraham was the same thing with his son. Same thing with Isaac and his sons. But guess what? Esau didn't want to listen. Esau went and married some Hamites. That's what happened. And then he saw my parents upset. Let me go try to marry somebody. No, if you would have just waited for your parents, they would have married you off to the right person. Just like for Jacob. But we have it in our minds. We know better. I'm grown. Yeah, okay. Yes, leadership. All right. Courthouse. Yeah, actually, it'd be the bedroom, the car, or then the courthouse. Excuse me. So, Israel, we got to repent. We got to change our mindset. So, guess what? Brothers, remember the title is not good. Young man is not good to be alone. So, brothers, establish yourself. Go through the MOV program. Sisters, go through Ladies in Waiting. Become established. After Ladies in Waiting, you may be in an office. You may be in a kitchen team, decor, sewing, whatever the case. Get a good name, right? Brothers, go through the MOV program. Get ranked. Join some offices. Get a good name. And then you establish yourself. Then leadership can give a wife to you. Then leadership can give you over to a good husband, my sisters. Because they're proven. They can read 1 Timothy 3:1. And okay, yeah, that brother, he fit this. He fit that. He fit those qualifications. Then you read Titus 2 for the sisters. Okay, she fit those qualifications. Then we can trust. Is it going to be issues? Yes, it's going to be issues in marriage. That's everybody. But we can trust that the foundation is established and strong in the Lord. So when y'all going through those problems, okay, they can lean on the Bible. We know they're going to go to the Lord. And then if it's too big for them, they're going to come to us for counsel. They're going to come to leadership for counsel. That's where we got to go. If you can't figure it out, go to your parents. Go to your spiritual parents. Your fathers in this truth. Your mothers in this truth. That's what we must do, Israel. All right? So I had to bring that out because most of us don't come in the truth with our parents. All right? So you may say, well, who's going to give me away? The leadership. The scriptures have said the elder as fathers, the elder sisters as mothers. That's who's supposed to give you away. That's who's supposed to guide and teach you on marriage. Not yourself, not your lust. All right? So remember, Israel, you want to always seek counsel. Get me that last short. Excuse me, not the last video. The second to last video. I'm not going to play that last one. Give me that last one with Bjorn. That last one with him at 43 seconds. Remember, Israel, always seek counsel. I'm about to finish up with a couple more scriptures. And then just remember, Israel, always seek counsel. Always seek counsel. I had to skip a couple of scriptures, for the sake of time. But just remember, Israel, always seek counsel.
You'd better come and see your son.
But she's with child.
So, pause. So I'm going to set it up for you because it cut and all that good stuff. Now, in this instance, Bjorn, we already seen he did his training, right? He went through the MOE program, for example. He got the training from his uncle. He went to war. He established himself. He got a name. Now he's known as Bjorn Ironside. So guess what? He wanted a woman. That's next. You know what I mean? You get established like, oh, I'm tired of being alone. So now he got a woman. He found him a young lady that he likes. He pursuing, he courting. So now he's with her. Now she's pregnant. But she wants to go to war. And he told her, no, don't do it. You're pregnant. I'm saying it this way for a reason, Israel. Guess why? Because he gave in. He let her go to war while pregnant. No, I don't want you to. No. Yes. She all masculine. Yes, I'm going to be like your mama. Remember his mama in the earlier video, she was called a shield maiden, right? She was on the battlefield. She gave him Bjorn Ironside. She gave him that proud moment. So his mama is known as a shield maiden. She's famous for being able to go to war, right? So the woman, the young lady that he's, having interest with or whatever, she like, no, I want to be like your mama. Your mama, she's famous. She's known as a brave woman. Yeah, that's not us, Israel. That's not our culture. I'm going to just say that plainly. Sisters, that's not y'all. All right? You should not, that strong, independent black woman. Don't be that, Israel. Don't do that. But that was her mindset. I'm going to war. I want to be like your mama. She got the business, Israel. We ain't playing it. We ain't going to play the scene, but she got the business. She got the business.
Yeah.
Everybody ain't like that. Israel, you got to know yourself. She thought she was like that. She found out. They say you around and found out. She found out. So she all jacked up, and now he telling the daddy, hey, the dad like, hey, it's war. Some people live, some people die. And then he going to drop the news on him. Rewind it a little bit after he tell him, okay, it's war. Read that. Play. Rewind it a few seconds and play. Pause. IT. Pause. Stick with me. Rewind it 5 seconds. There you go. Now press play.
You'd better come and see your son.
Pause. So that's the uncle. Turns out the uncle lived. We thought he might have died. He got ran over by some horses. He lived. So the uncle telling his brother, hey, your son got something your son got to talk to you. Press play.
But she's with child.
Pause. She jacked up. The daddy said, okay, hey, son, some people live, some people die. And then Dad, she got a baby. She pregnant. Press play. Pause. This at Exodus 22:16. Right? A leadership. I'm married. What? Here go my papers. What? Didn't we tell y'all to wait? Like, we just counseled you last night to wait. When it said we got married. Lord. Look at the disappointment in his face. That happens all the time. It happens. Leadership counsel you for this, and you're like, yeah, I'm going to do what I want to do. You do something to destroy your name. You do something to ruin your reputation, right? You went out, I don't really know too many sisters that be confessing fornication or adultery. Generally it's brothers from what I've mainly seen. Maybe there's a couple sisters out there, I've seen brothers come leadership, it's been eating at me, or I got to confess, I committed fornication, right? I've seen that, and the brothers stand up, I want to confess to the body, X, Y, and Z. I don't really see too many sisters standing up and saying that. Maybe I'm wrong, but So you do something crazy, something to destroy your name, something just out of pocket. You're not listening to leadership. You don't follow the counsel, and what happens? Press play. Disappointment. Look at that. Even the uncle disappointed. Your brother, you raised up. You're a great man. You got a name in Israel. Now you got to stand up before the congregation. You got brothers that look up to you, young men that look up to you, sisters that admire you. Now you standing up before the congregation. Replay.
And you let her come.
Pause. And you let her come. And you married her. Now, yes, sisters, do y'all have accountability and responsibility? Yes, we hold you accountable and responsible too. But first and foremost, in this truth, we will hold you men accountable. You're the gods. You're the leaders. You're the head of the house. Like we read in Numbers 1:18. All houses shall be established by the men, by their fathers. Not the mothers, not the sisters, not the grandmas, their fathers. Yeah. So you let her go to war. You married her. Play.
She will probably die.
She will probably die. Play.
With your child in her belly, and it will be your fault.
It will be your fault. It is your fault, brothers. It is. You've been in the truth war for 3, 4, 5 years. You have a great name in Israel. You're a great soldier, a great officer, 10, 20, 50, whatever. You have a great name, been laboring for years. Then you decide to go commit fornication. Then we got to stand you up and kick you out. Then you decide to commit adultery. It will be your fault. We'll deal with the sister afterwards. You're the leader. You're the one that the people look to. So like he's holding his son accountable, we holding you men accountable, and you sisters. Sisters get it too. But we dealing with the men. Like I said, this is a class meant for the men first and foremost, and then secondary for the sisters. All right? Rewind it a few seconds and play.
In her belly, and it will be your fault. With your child in her belly.
That's good.
She will probably die. With your child in her belly, and it will be your fault. Because you have the strength of a man, but the will of a little girl.
There it is, Israel. The strength of a man, but the will of a little girl.
The hell is this?
He killing people. He known as Buren Ironside, a great warrior, mighty man, mighty in the scriptures. Go to blitz after blitz after blitz, and then fall to a woman. Have erred for women, have become servants for woman's sake. Have sinned, have perished for woman's sake. Mighty brother. That's what we see, Israel, oftentimes. Likewise with him. They have the strength of a man, but the will of a little girl. Was that it on that IT? Was that to 1 minute and 28 seconds? Go ahead and play the rest of it. We're about to close out.
Because you have the strength of a man, but the will of a little girl. I can't believe you're my son.
Damn. He said, I can't believe you, my son. Mind you, the other video, he's like, this is my strength, right? That's what the scriptures say, your firstborn. This is my strength right here. This is my glory. Look at him. Look at him. That's Buren Ironside, not a sword, battle axe, spear touched him. From this day forth, he going to be known as Buren Ironside. From this day forth, you're going to be known as the historian, the precepticon, the brother we go to for whatever the case may be. That's your nickname. You get a nickname in here, you get honor in here. That's who you are. And then fast forward, you do some crazy stuff. Look, I can't even believe you my son right now.
The hell is this?
We didn't teach you that. We didn't tell you to do that. We didn't counsel you for that. I can't even believe you my son. Play on.
Can't even look at you.
Can't even look at you. Now we got to kick you out the body. All right, that's it. So that's what will happen if you decide to go the alternate route. You done studied, prayed, applied, established yourself, went through the MOV program. You became a soldier. You stayed diligent. You became an officer. Officer 10, 20, and then you throw all that away just to commit fornication real quick. Israel, brothers, stay focused. I know you burning, and I know it's not good that you should be alone, but guess what? If you alone after X amount of time, some crazy number, 5 years or something, guess what? You got to examine yourself. Why am I alone? Why haven't the Lord given me one of his daughters? Go to the leadership. Leadership, what's going on? What y'all see? You should examine yourself first and foremost, but say you're not in the spirit. Leadership, what's going on? And leadership may tell you plainly, or they may tell you examine yourself, bro. Fast and pray. You let us know. You tell me what's wrong with you. You know what's wrong with you. You know those deviances, them deviant thoughts. You know what's going on behind the ranch. Meanwhile, behind closed doors. You know that. You know what kind of porn you watch. You know those things. Whatever you dealing with, you know those things. You got to examine yourself and fix it. We want the brothers to get married. It's not good that you should be alone. We want the sisters to be married. It's not good that you should be alone. You literally was made for a man, of man. You think you were made to be alone? No. But you must do everything decently and in order. So you must counsel Israel. You go through, you study, you pray, you apply, you establish yourself. You get a name for yourself. Guess what? Get counsel. That's the next step. Get counsel. Leadership. I did everything y'all told me to do. I think I'm ready. Y'all think I'm ready? What y'all see? Then yeah, you ready. Yeah, you good. We'll let you know. We're going to keep our eyes open for you. Counsel. That's what you need to do. If you don't, you're going to find yourself riding around. What hole's that? Find you man. And it might not be a woman. Right, it might not be a woman. And if it is, she might have HIV. She may have AIDS, chlamydia, gonorrhea, the blue waffle. Lord knows. Lord knows. You know that he said he going to judge you. You know that. But you get that sick, deranged look in your eyes. Brother's been 10 years, 12 years. I feel for you. Like, that's, Lord have mercy. Man. But take counsel, Israel. Remember, that's the conclusion of it. You want to take counsel. If he would have just taken counsel and talked to his dad or his mama, hey, she not listening to me, your wife should listen to you. But, you got issues. So you go to counsel. Hey, mom, talk to her. She told me she want to be like you. She want to go to the war. She want to go to the battlefield, but she pregnant. Just tell her to hold on. Tell her she can do it. Mama, talk to her for me. She ain't listening to me. She may have listened to her idol because her mom was her hero, or his mom was her hero. She might have listened to her, even though she didn't listen to him. And guess what? You know, things could have been different. Things could have been changed. But you won't know that until you counsel. You don't know how things could turn out if you don't counsel. But if you would have counseled, leadership could have saved you from yourself. All right? So that's going to conclude the class. Let me see. Anything else? No, that's going to, give me Sirach 37:16. And then that's going to close out with that scripture. Sirach 37:16. You got to seek counsel, Israel. If you want to get married, you got to seek counsel. When you proven or you looking for a sister, all steps, really. When you not married, you need to be in counsel, like, hey, leadership, I'm good. You see my faults. When you looking to get married, you need to be counseling. Then even when you married, get counsel. You want to make sure that you are tapped in. Read that scripture for me. Get Sirach 37:16. Because we need counsel. We need to reason. Guess what? You know you burnt. You know you on fire, right? You know you burning. You know you pent up. You know you're not thinking rationally. That's why you go to leadership. Because you in the world, you get a couple drinks in you. It's been a long time. Lord knows you man, you don't know what you're getting. You just trying to find a box. But read that for me.
The book of Sirach, chapter 37 and verse 16. Come on. Let reason go before every enterprise.
Let reason, Israel, reason go before every enterprise. It's very hard for you to think properly when you pent up. When you said, man, I just want to bust. Had a sick, deranged look. I just want to. It's hard for you to think clearly. Same likewise with you sisters. You got that scratch. You got that itch that needs scratching. It's hard for you to think clearly. You going crazy. Read.
And counsel before every action.
And counsel before every action. That's what we have to do, Israel. Let reason go before every enterprise and counsel before every action. All right, Israel, that's going to conclude the class. Like I said, here go the lesson objective again, right? For Israel, the lesson objective is that for single brothers and for you sisters, to realize the dangers of being alone, fix what's lacking, and counsel leadership for a wife or a husband. It's not good that man should be alone. That's what the scriptures say. All right, with that, Israel, I'm your host, Officer Adriel from IUIC Virginia. That will conclude another segment of Mid-Morning Medicine. Donate, donate, donate. All right, y'all see what we're doing? We're doing big things in Israel. Let's go. We got the Land Blitz funds. We was able to raise the funds for that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Over 100%. Ain't nothing we can't do together, Israel. Remember that. Zephaniah 2:1 says, gather yourselves together, O nation night desired. All right, with that, family, I'm going to say shalom.
Hit the bomb!
Messiah Christ bless.
Come on, brother! Yeah.